Good morning. Today we are going to discuss about platelet activating factor. This platelet activating factor is derived from the membrane phospholipid as like of the icosanoid, but it is not derived from that icosanoids, prostaglandins and leukotrienes are derived from amino acids, but this platelet activating factor is derived from the membrane phosphocholine. Okay, that's why it is separately we are discussing about, it is not under the icosanoid. Okay, by the degradation of cell membrane derived polar lipid with intense biological activity, it was discovered in 1970s, and it is having an important signal molecule, that is PAF, which is the definition is acetyl glyceryl ether phosphoryl choline. Okay, so this is having major actions in platelets, WBC, blood vessels, visceral smooth muscle and stomach. And whenever there is inflammatory activity, immediately this platelet activating factor is also get released in the cells. Okay, so what is the synthesis and degradation of this PAF means? Mainly this PAF is synthesized from membrane acyl glycerophosphocholine in the presence of phospholipase A2. You know what is meant by phospholipase? Phospholipase is an which will degrade. Lipase means cutting off the phospholipid bilayer. Okay, so and one molecule of fatty acid is derived, and this gives rise to lyso-PAF. Lyso-PAF means mainly this is 5-ortho acetyl glyceryl ether phosphoryl SN phosphoryl choline. Okay, so this lyso-PAF again it converts into PAF in the presence of PAF acetyl transferase. One acetyl molecule will be added upon to the lyso-PAF to generate the PAF. Okay, here again acetyl coenzyme A is converted into acetate. One acetate group will be added to lyso-PAF and coenzyme A will be relieved from that acetyl coenzyme A. Okay, so finally it will produce the PAF, and this second step is a rate limiting step, and it is involved in antigen antibody reaction, and a variety of mediators stimulate PAF synthesis in a calcium dependent manner on demand. Okay, so that means whenever our cells stimulate, especially the G protein coupled receptors are also activated. Through this, these will be mediated by the G protein receptors for its action. Okay, so in contrast to icosanoids, these type of cells which synthesize PAF is quite limited. Especially mainly these are available in WBC, platelets, vascular endothelium and kidney cells. And this PAF is metabolism. Coming to metabolism, whenever initially this PAF is released in our body cells, this will be converted into lyso-PAF again, PAF acetyl hydrolase in the presence of transferase will help in conversion of lyso-PAF to PAF. Whereas from PAF to lyso-PAF is need to be converted means we need to get the hydrolase, and one acetate molecule will be removed. Okay, so this lyso-PAF in the presence of acyl transferase, by addition of one fatty acid, it converts into acyl glycerophosphocholine, which gets incorporated in the membrane. Okay, so this is how the metabolism occurs, and this will be incorporated in membrane, and very few extracts will be removed from by the degradation, further degradation in our through our kidneys. Okay, so this PAF is having major role in mainly aggregation and release reaction process, especially thromboxane A2. Also, IV injection results in intravascular thrombosis. Why? Because whenever the thromboxane is released higher, the platelets content will be more and aggregation will be enhanced. That will lead into platelet aggregation. Okay, and if you see in WBC, these will have be having more chemotactic to neutrophils, eosinophils and monocytes. So whenever there is any injury, immediately these will stimulate the neutrophils to aggregate and stick to vascular endothelium. Okay, so and also these will generate superoxide radical by the polymorphs, which will have the release of lysosomal enzymes and leukotrienes. Okay, so these chemotactic action can be mediated by this LTB4, okay, leukotriene B4, which induces degranulation of eosinophils. So indirectly these platelet activating factor is activating the leukotrienes also for its release. Okay, and in blood vessels these will cause mainly vasodilation, mainly by releasing EDRF, endothelium derived releasing factor. Okay, so whenever it is released, automatically there is a fall in blood pressure or an IV injection by the and also it causes vasodilation. Okay, and it also having more potent action on the vascular permeability. That's why in inflammatory conditions, whenever there is a wheal and flare occurs, this will also shows its action in that particular region. And visceral smooth muscles, it causes LTC4 release and also thromboxane A2, prostaglandin release, everything. Okay, and PAF is a potent bronchoconstrictor in the smooth muscles. So bronchus constriction will be seen, and hyper responsiveness will be long lasting whenever there is a excess release of PAF in these conditions. Okay, and also it causes ulcerogenic erosions and mucosal bleeding, and in the gastric mucosal cells in smooth muscles especially. So what is its main mechanism of action means, mainly it acts by G protein coupled receptor through the intracellular messengers IP3 DAG. Okay, you know the sequence of steps what occurs during IP3 and DAG process. So whenever immediately the PAF is activated, these secondary messengers will immediately release phospholipase C. Again in turn this called exocytosis of the calcium and causes its release. Okay, so these will also augmented by prostaglandins, TXA2 and leukotrienes. So these will act as extracellular messengers. Whenever these are stimulated, these will help in more propagation or synthesis of this or aggravation of action of PAF into the cells. Okay, and also whenever there is neutrophil is very less in the binding sites, immediately whenever the concentration of the cells is less, immediately this PAF concentration will increase, and shows its activation within the endothelial cells to increase its aggregatory processes. Okay, so similarly its pro-aggregatory action involves unmasking of fibrinogen binding sites on the surface of platelets. Okay, so this is very important in the clotting mechanism. So whenever the surface of platelets is unmasked, automatically the fibrinogen binding sites will be more and fibrin threads can be easily produced. Okay, so these are the main mechanism and its actions in the cells. Okay, and coming to PAF antagonist, so a number of natural and synthetic PAF receptor antagonist has been investigated. About 50 PAF receptor antagonists in various pathological conditions will be identified by the scientists. So among those the important natural ones are ginkolide B, okay, and catsurinone and chantacine. These are natural things which are applied from the plants, except ginkolide is obtained from Chinese plant Ginkgo biloba. Okay, So and these some other structural analogs and monoclonally derived synthetic compounds are CV3988 and CV6209, SRI63072 and SRI63-441. Okay, apart from this, 6 mono and bis aryl phosphate is another antagonist. Okay, 6 mono and bis aryl phosphate. So these will show its antagonistic properties against the PAF. So what is the main purpose of these antagonist means? These PAF antagonists have main effects in treatment of stroke, intermittent claudication, sepsis, myocardial infarction and shock condition. Okay, so and also asthma and as contraceptive everything. So some drugs, already alprazolam and triazolam, which are acting as a sedative hypnotics, will antagonize some actions of PAF, but this will come under drug interaction only, but we can't directly use as a complete antagonist. Okay, so these PAF antagonists will help in treating so many effects of this PAF. Okay, and coming to pathophysiological roles, this PAF is having many physiological and pathological sites, especially involving in cell to cell interactions such as inflammation. So this inflammation is generated by leukocytes. At the site of inflammation, PAF appears to participate in causing vasodilation, exudation, cellular infiltration and hyperalgesia. So in all these inflammatory conditions, these PAF will be mediating its action. Okay, and in bronchial asthma along with LTC4 and LTD4, PAF appears to play a major role by causing bronchoconstriction. Okay, and mucosal edema and secretions. So it will also produce an airway hyperreactivity, so in a typical bronchial asthmatic patients. So this is a main pathological condition, that's why PAF activity should be inhibited in the asthmatic persons. And anaphylactic shock conditions are associated with high circulating PAF levels. Whenever there is increased IgG IgM antibodies, automatically this PAF release will also be enhanced, so we should monitor the PAF condition also. And hemostasis and thrombosis may participate by promoting platelet aggregation by PAF. Okay, and rupture of mature Graafian follicle and implantation. So for reproduction or as a part of natural pregnancies, this is not given as outside drug, but that means not referred by the physicians. But if naturally, whenever this PAF is present in the embryo starting stage of 1 to 3 days, then automatically the implantation will be enhanced. That means it will have a greater chance of implantation, but not we can give natural, we can give as a clinic by the clinician. Okay, and it will also cause ischemic states of brain, heart and GIT, including GI ulceration. Okay, so in that particular sites, this PAF will be more prominently released. Okay, this is about the platelet activating factor, one of the lipid derived autocoid. Okay.